How'd that go for you, buddy? Darren McGavin ad-libbed the profane rants while fighting the furnace. He said that he speaks gibberish the entire time because it was almost impossible for him to ad-lib angry words without actual profanity. He did this in order to ensure the PG rating. When they filmed the parade scene with the Disney characters, they didn't get Disney's permission to use them. However, when the footage was shown to them, Disney loved it and allowed them to use the characters. Ian Petrella, Randy's reaction to the Santa was real. He was genuinely afraid of him, and didn't rehearse him going down the slide in order to get a real reaction. So yeah, when you see Randy looking terrified and then sliding down that slide going, what the fuck, that's legitimate. It's a great thing to do to a 7-year-old. When they filmed the scene in the Chinese restaurant, Melinda Dillon was purposely given the wrong script, and everyone was in on it. She had no idea that the duck would still have its head on, and the first time she saw it was when they were filming. Her reactions during the entire sequence were not scripted, which is what Bob Clark was going for. Also in that scene with the caroling, the reactions for all the actors was genuine, and wasn't the take intended. There was supposed to be dialogue over the singing, but the producers and the singers themselves thought it was hilarious and decided to keep it. An elaborate fantasy sequence in which Ralphie joins Flash Gordon to fight Ming the Merciless was filmed, but dropped from the final cut.
God damn it.
The respected actors are still included in the end credits. Originally, there was a shot on Christmas morning where Randy threw the Zeppelin into the tree, knocking it over, but it was decided the scene didn't need it. There are about a zillion theories as to when the film takes place. It is purposely left ambiguous. You hear that? Purposely left ambiguous. People, shut the fuck up.
Whoa.
I read a lot of fucking articles after article after article of people going, well, this, and then this, and then this.
Well, people are allowed to have their theories.
It's just, reading these for a week straight was driving me nuts.
Fair.
I'm not going to lie. This is why a lot of the things don't add up, which is also what's pissing me off, because clearly it doesn't work. Such as the Sunday paper the old man is reading could have only come out in 1938, but the Wizard of Oz characters wouldn't be there since the film was released in 1939. Okay, we're done. Drove me insane. It has long been thought that the old man's first name was Hal. When the old man is out front of the house admiring the major award, his neighbor Swede comes up to him and says, "Damn, Hell, you say you won it." Some fans believe the Swede said, "Damn, Hal," leading them to believe that Hal was the old man's first name, which it isn't. The shooting script for the film reveals that the old man's first name is Frank. No first name is provided for Mrs. Parker.
She's just mom.
She's just mom. The book A Christmas Story Treasury by Tyler Schwartz includes a facsimile of the Western Union telegram announcing that Mr. Parker is the recipient of the major award. The telegram is addressed to Frank Parker. Ralphie says he wants a Red Ryder BB gun 28 times. You know.
Listen, we were all that age wanting a Christmas gift.
Yep.
You told your parents and you told everyone who had...
Anyone who had ears heard what you wanted for Christmas.
And you said the same thing. I want a Nintendo 64. I wanted whatever. No. You know what I mean?
I want a Nintendo. I want a Nintendo. I want a Nintendo. Because when I was a kid, there was only one Nintendo.
Yeah, everyone knew what you meant and what you wanted.
Exactly. Me. Yeah, you told them. So, the legacy of this film, and it has one. Does it fucking have one. Initially overlooked as a sleeper film, A Christmas Story was released a week before Thanksgiving in 1983 to moderate success, earning about $2 million in its first weekend. Roger Ebert, who gave the film 4 stars out of 4 and added the film to his great movies list, suggested that the film had only modest success because holiday-themed films were not popular at the time. Vincent Cranberry's New York Times review complained that the movie's...
It's the greatest name I've ever heard in my life. Hello, I'm Vincent Cranberry.
Complained that the movie's big comic pieces tend only to be exceedingly busy. Though Mr. Billingsley, Mr. Gavin, and Miss Dillon, and the actress who plays Ralphie's schoolteacher are all very able, they are less funny than the actors in a television situation comedy.
Oh, Mr. Billingsley.
Oh, Mr. Billingsley. By Christmas 1983, the film was no longer playing at most venues, but remained in about 100 theaters until January of 1984. This was before video, so if it was gone, it was gone.
Forever.
Yeah. Over the years, the film's critical reputation has grown considerably. No shit. And it is considered by some to be one of the best, if not the best, films of 1983, and numerous polls released over the years have considered it to be the best Christmas movie of all time. The film first aired on television on premium networks, the Movie Channel, HBO, and Showtime as early as December of 1985, and quickly attracted a growing following. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, the film began airing quietly on Superstation WTBS and Superstation WGN. In 1988, then fledgling Fox aired the film the night after Thanksgiving in... period. I gotta try and read slower. In 1989 to 1990, TBS showed it Thanksgiving night, while in 91 to 92 they aired it the night after. Turner Broadcasting has maintained ownership of the broadcast rights since the mid-1990s, aired the film increasingly on TBS, TNT, and TCM. By 1995, it was aired on those networks a combined 6 times over December 24th to 26th, and in 1996 it aired 8 times over those days. Due to increasingly popularity of the film, in 1997 TNT began airing a 24-hour marathon dubbed 24 Hours of Christmas Story.
When that started.
That's when that started. Different network, though. Consisting of the film shown 12 consecutive times, beginning at 7 or 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve and ending Christmas Day. In 2004, after TNT switched to a predominantly drama format, sister network TBS, under its comedy-based Very Funny moniker, took over the marathon. For the 2014 and 2015 editions of the marathon, Turner Broadcasting elected to simulcast it on both TNT and TBS. The 24-hour marathons continue to this day. The film has been released on every major format from Betamax to Blu-ray, so I'm not going to list them all. Clark World, released in 2009, is a heartwarming documentary on Bob Clark. The documentary's director, Darren Abram, worked with Clark for over a decade before Clark and his 22-year-old son, Ariel Clark, were killed by a drunk driver in April of 2007. In 2008, 2 Canadian fans released a documentary that visits every location. Their film, Road Trip for Ralphie, was shot over 2 years and includes footage of the filmmakers saving Miss Shields' blackboard from the garbage bin one day. The old Victoria school was gutted for renovation, discovering that the antique fire truck that saved Flick, locating all of the costumes from the film, and tracking down the real-life location of the film's Chop Suey Palace in Toronto. The PBS series American Playhouse produced a subsequent television film adaptations featuring the same characters, also with Shepard narrating. The star-crossed romance of Josephine Kosnowski and Ollie Hop Noodle, Heaven of Bliss. The latter of these was set in the early 1950s, and now teenage Ralphie and his friends and family. The narrator structure inspired the creation of the television series The Wonder Years. Peter Billingsley even appeared in the final 2 episodes. A theatrical sequel involving Ralphie and his family, entitled It Runs in the Family, was made in 1994, also directed by Bob Clark. With the exception of Teddy Moore as Miss Shields and Gene Shepard as the narrator, it features an entirely different cast. It received a limited release before being retitled My Summer Story for home video and television release. A Christmas Story 2, another sequel which ignores the references and events of My Summer Story, was released direct-to-video in 2012 and directed by Brian Levant. The less said about that, the better. In 2000, a stage play adaptation of A Christmas Story was written by Philip Gratian. In November 2012, A Christmas Story the Musical, based on the film, opened on Broadway, written by Benj Pasek and Justin Paul and Joseph Robinette. The musical opened to positive reviews. The run ended in December 30th, 2012. The musical received Tony Award nominations for Best Musical, Best Book and Musical, and Best Original Score. The musical was then adapted for television as a 3-hour A Christmas Story Live, which aired on the Fox network in the United States on December 17th, 2017. Reviews were mixed. On Rotten Tomatoes, the production received a 46% rating based on 13 critic reviews, and a very low 14% based on 44 audience reviews. In 2012, it was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Ironically, 2 films we've covered this year were also included this year.
Yeah.
Purple Rain and Clerks were included this year.
All well-deserved.
Absolutely.
So done notes.
That's it.
All right.
I'm done for this Christmas.
And all other ones.
Yes.
No, A Christmas Story, starting with Downtown.
Mm-hmm.
The Higbee's Toy Window.
Yeah.
This is what's the hot toys for this year.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful little display. It's a thing that I don't think they do anymore, where it's just basically like a big storefront display with a bunch of toy stuff, which is ridiculous, I think.
Not for toys.
Well, I guess
they have bay windows downtown, but
I think
for the bay, and it's not
kids
toys.
only really want video games now. It's kind of hard to put that out there.
But of course, the prize gift that all the children want is the Red Ryder Carbine Action 200-shot range model assault rifle with the compass in a socket, a thing which tells time.
Which, yes, after 20... 30 years of watching, 32 years of watching this, didn't know it was fucking sundial. Good for me.
So what does Ralphie do?
Mm-hmm.
He does what every other kid, I believe, has done, at least once or twice.
Oh, I absolutely did it.
You take the ad for said gift,
mm-hmm.
you stick it in the magazine, in this case it's Look magazine, for your mom and your dad, and they'll just be reading, perusing their magazine and be hit with an ad.
Like, oh my god, an ad! There is a theory that I did like, that basically, because it is true, Ralphie puts the magazine with the ad on his father's bed, not his mother's, by accident. So that might be foreshadowing, unintentional,
fair.
But it is possible.
So dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying not to just blurt it out.
And dinner time, I was told that every single dinner they have is mashed potatoes, meatloaf, and red cabbage. Which, by the way, I would eat that every day for the rest of my life.
I wouldn't be opposed. He does kind of spill he kind of spills the beans, gives it up.
And it's just like...
And then kind of recovers by saying he just wants some Tinker Toys.
Like, basically, she asks, like, what do you want for Christmas? And he fucking blurts it out. And she just goes, oh, no. And the narrator just goes, oh, I've blown it. Oh, I'm an idiot. What the hell is wrong with me?
I do that, Peter Bill's like, ooh.
Yeah. He literally says, ooh.
Because he knows. He's like,
you can't do it that way. And then he covers it. Credit to Peter Billingsley as a kid, because he sounds like he's full of shit when he tries to laugh it off. It's genius.
But then he does have a vision, not a vision, a dream.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of dream sequences.
That he does have Old Blue, his Red Ryder BB gun. And he's fighting off Black Bart.
Yeah.
And his band of fucking hand burglars.
That Bart, you'll get yours.
You can tell, like, it's old-timey because they're wearing, like, old-timey black and white prison stripes.
They're literally wearing the prison stripes, and
they look like the henchmen from DuckTales.
Mm-hmm. And they've got bags that have dollar signs on them. It's a kid's mind in the best possible way, and I love it.
And when he, quote-unquote, kills them by shooting them in the butt.
Yeah, their eyes are closed, and they have X's written on their eyes.
Yeah.
Except for Black Bart, who says, he'll get away, and he says, I'll come back for you.
And Ralphie wearing the shiniest cowboy suit. This side of, I don't know.
A gay club?
I guess. He's a rhinestone cowboy.
That dude is straight up a rhinestone cowboy. He'd fit really well in the Village People with that cowboy outfit. Did the Village People have a cowboy?
They did, but he didn't wear that.
No, he wore a black one like a real person. This is showy.
Very loud.
Yeah.
The old man versus the furnace, the internal struggle.
He's one of the what was it, the greatest furnace fighters of the county or something like that. And they clearly dubbed it, which is hilarious listening to like the notes that I had where they're just like, oh, he did this. He clearly dubbed it because at one point in time he's just like, that got that stupid furnace. He had nothing to say.
Yeah.
Like he just came up with whatever he could on the spot.
Just speak their gibberish there.
Mm-hmm.
We have the snowsuit where they're about to go out, and again,
can't put my
every
arms
kid
down.
is just like this kid is wrapped up like a mummy.
I always
like
question
the puffiest. Freaking...
Yeah, it's the puffiest coat ever. I always question this. Like, how's he getting this shit back on when he's coming home from school? I assume the teacher's helping.
God forbid he's got to pee.
Yeah, like, he's not even allowed to put his arms down, let alone pee.
Yeah.
She literally says, like, put your arms down when you get to school.
Yeah, like that's not how blood flow works.
You're a dick.
In a human being, mother. Do you want him to lose feeling? Okay, fair enough.
Apparently.
Because on the way to school with George, Flick, and Ralphie, he falls and he literally can't get up.
And he can't get up. He's like a fucking turtle. And Ralphie can't get up. He's like, all right, guys, hang on a second. And then he destroys his books. It's always bugged me as a kid. He throws his books on the ground and kicking snow all over them. I'm like, those books are worthless now.
Yep, all that paper's destroyed. I guess this is something they did in olden times.
What?
The whole funny class.
Yeah.
Everyone's got fake teeth, and then when they get to the teacher, she's literally got a treasure trove of gags.
I never understand this gag, because I'm like, hey, it's a 3-second gag. You can't even say "Good morning, Miss Shields" without her clearly seeing what's up.
Also, you're gonna put
that bugs me too. As somebody who's
barehanded, you're gonna take all of those teeth that were in all of those children's mouths.
It's the 30s.